Hey everyone, I am Dale Maitland, the Capacity Building Coordinator from CAT, the Committee for Accessible AIDS Treatment.
And I'm Alan Lee. I'm a physician at Regent Park Community Health Center, and I'm a researcher with the Committee for Accessible AIDS Treatment.
So today we're just going to share some of our success and challenges that we encountered with one of our programs, the ETSN, the Ethno-Racial Treatment Support Network. And yeah, these are just some of the findings that we'll be presenting today. So we hereby declare no conflict of interest this time. Okay, so we're just going to look at you know, some experience of intersection and the intersection barriers in accessing healthcare and treatment support for newcomer PHA. And some of the barriers they face are homophobia, racism, sexism, service access, insurance, and there's a wide range of other barriers that they face, as you can see. These are just a few of them. So we'd like to also, this is a collaborative effort between our some partner agencies, all right? So ETSN is a treatment literacy and peer support program organized by HIV organization to address the complex treatment support needs of newcomer and racialized community in Toronto, Canada. So we want to acknowledge our partner agencies, ACAS, Asian Community Aid Service Center, ACAS, African in Partnership Against AIDS, Alliance for South Asian AIDS Prevention, ASAP, the Black Coalition for AIDS Prevention, BlackCap, the Center for Spanish Speaking People, CSEP, and Latino Positivo, LPO, AIDS Bureau and Resiliency Program of Ontario, ABPRO, and the Canadian AIDS Treatment Information Exchange, KT. Some of our funders are the AIDS Bureau, Ministry of Long-Term Care, the Public Health Agency of Canada, the Ontario HIV Treatment Network, and some pharmaceutical partner. So the ETSN curriculum is broken down into three programs. So we have the level 1, which is helping ourselves, and it's treatment and service access literacy and communication skills. Level 2 is about helping others, and some of the programs include peer counseling and support skills. Level 3 is about community succession, and this is a structured mentorship practice for graduates to become trained facilitator. And also, since 2003, ETSN has trained over 180 persons living with HIV, PHA, and 20 non-PHAs service provider from the 5 cultural communities.
So we're going to talk about the ETSN evaluation study. And the reason we do this is we have had this program for a very long time, and we know that it's successful, but we wanted to have a systematic way to really identify the long-term impact of it at individual, community, organizational levels, as well as to identify barriers and structural solutions to address those barriers to keep the program improving and growing. So to do this study, we used a mixed method approach. We did a quantitative structure survey and engaged 92 graduates to look at 6 domains of change that are impactful to their lives. Those domains are identified from a previous study. So these include areas of health literacy, self-health management advocacy, treatment adherence, sense of empowerment, social connection and support, and community engagement. So those are all based on standardized scales on those domains. And then we have qualitative focus groups that engage 63 people in 7 different groups. 5 of those groups are for program graduates, 20, so total 47 people. 23 of them are actively engaged in HIV work. 11 of them are actually ETSN peer facilitators, and then 13 other ETSN graduates that are not actively engaged in HIV work. Another focus group is for program trainers and mentors who are not program graduates. And then another group is for partnered agencies, managers, and policymakers. So from the quantitative survey, we find that we ask participants, whether they have experienced increase in the different domains as a result of participating in ETSN. And you can see that overwhelmingly in all those different domains, people have reported a significant large percentage of improvement in all those areas. Most significantly, you can see that the engagement both inside and outside the HIV sector has increased dramatically. And even within the ASO sector, people also reported that their role of engagement and the level of engagement has progressively changed through after they participated in ETSN. In terms of the qualitative study, we have a lot of really inspirational and touching quotes of how people describe their experiences from the program. So I think we may not have time to read through all of those, but mostly people describe a really intense experience of community that they've never experienced before, a safe space that really validated their experience and encouraged their self-empowerment. So from all the thematic analysis and the results, we've identified some of the key elements that make ETSN work and why it is working so well to create such positive impact. It is because it provides a safe and inclusive learning space that honor PHAs' lived experience, acknowledge their struggles, and affirm their resilience. We have created the program structure to intentionally promote PHA leadership throughout the different designs and processes. And the curriculum itself is responsive to emerging community needs. So we're always updating our training program and the specific issues that inform the scenario development and the case studies in the training curriculum. We use a collaborative and experiential learning model, and we have a structured mentorship model to support community succession so the graduates themselves becomes the facilitators and trainers in subsequent cohorts. The key barriers that we identified include that we are very dependent on partner agencies to recruit our participants. We only organize the training a few times a year, and that doesn't provide enough opportunities for the graduates to practice and be deployed. And because of language barriers and because of the intensity of training and requirement to attend the full training, it creates some barriers for people who are navigating multiple life priorities. In the systemic level, there's very limited resources sector-wide to support meaningful and ongoing peer engagement. And the privileging of professionalism, ongoing stigma and discrimination also led to the devaluing of PHA experience beyond the HIV sector. And then there's a perception that the peers are overtrained and underused. So to address that, we are moving towards more web-based programs, broadening our outreach and piloting language-specific cohorts. We want to organize more regular update training and address more mental health and addiction issues and include more history of activism. And we wanted to coordinate sector-wide to promote more placement opportunities and expand our programs to different cities and internationally. So thank you very much for your time, and you can contact us for more information at these addresses.